And we're back here on the Late Night Potty with the RBC Network. Our host, Greg Civiletti, and your wonderful host, Brian Minardi, is back.
Brian, you know what tonight is?
Huh?
Do you know what tonight's episode is?
Tonight's episode is the season finale of Season 1 of the Late Night.
Wow. Ding, ding, ding. You hit the nail on the head, Brian. I mean, I had a great time in Season 1, but we are just getting started. We have a great episode tonight on our season finale. Let's bring on our bottom left guy, Jay Hoops. He's joining the potty. And also joining the potty, new to the potty, but not new to the network. It's the goalie himself, Don Chetty.
That's an epic name.
And we got him live, baby.
What up, B?
What's up, bottom left guy? I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So you guys drink water bottles, or you have like a Brita or something like that?
Me?
Yeah.
I have out of my fridge and water. Or if I'm like leaving the house, I'll get a water bottle.
So what do you do with the water bottles? You just throw it out normally? Like, you don't do anything with it?
Recycle.
I stack them in my whip until
Yeah,
I can't.
right before you throw them out, do you smash them together?
You know what? If I'm home, I do that to make more room in the
space, right?
recycling.
Yes. Okay. So I'm not the only one. All right. I wanted to ask real quick.
I do it when I'm home.
I really thought I was the only one that smashes them and puts them in the trash.
Well, we got the two smashers here, but we have one more guest joining the potty, and he's a rookie to the potty, but he's not a rookie to the network.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
A new
Bottom left guy.
Oh, you have something to say to bottom left guy.
that's me.
Well, let's jump right into it because, Donnie, a lot of people were asking me for the pre-sales as Jordan figures out which way he wants to look in the camera. I'm here to say I'm ready to score, and I'm ready to score on you.
So Greg is getting 10 shots.
He could take 10, 20, whatever he wants. I'll be honest with you, your first 5 shots, I'll be impressed if you could lift the puck.
Greg, can you even skate?
He could be on straight sneakers. Honestly.
Wow.
Sneakers. Well, I'll put you in your element.
Listen, we know your background, all right? Team USA. Tell us a little bit about you sitting in a goal. You never faced me though. I'm an ambidextrous. First of all, I want to hear about your New York Rangers. I want to hear about if they're for real, if I should take them coming out of the East, or if the Bruins are better, or do they have a legit Stanley chance this year?
First of all, hockey's weird. It's not like any other sport. There really is so much parity in the league where a team that just squeaks in can win the cup. So I think picking up Patty Kane, picking up Tarasenko, even someone like they just got Taylor Mott, while he doesn't seem like a flashy pickup, that's a guy that you want to go into the playoffs with. How do I feel about the Bruins? I mean, the Bruins are unreal. They're having a crazy season. But those are usually the teams that don't win the cup, as weird as that is. Usually the team that is no one can beat, no one can figure out. When it comes time for the playoffs and you play them 7 times, teams study video, they game plan towards these teams and they'll figure them out. And they're usually the teams that don't make it all the way, unfortunately.
I love going to hockey games. I think I'd rather go to a hockey game than a basketball game.
Yes.
I was just at a hockey game, Florida Panthers. They were down 2-0. They scored 3 goals in 5 minutes within like the last 10 minutes of the game. It goes to OT. I didn't know they played 3-on-3 in OT, which was...
Yeah, they did that a few years ago.
I like that a lot. Yeah, and then they scored an OT and everyone was going nuts, but it was a great time. I heard the 2 Florida teams are good.
Yeah, the Panthers are like kind of on the outside right now, about to squeak in, but the Lightning are always good. The Lightning just won a couple Stanley Cups.
So we have the Vegas Knights and the Kings in the first and second spot of the West. Any of those 2 teams going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals, or are you going to see like a Dallas come in there, or do you have like the Jets coming out of nowhere, which is not a small team? We'll get to the Jets, all right, Jordan? We're not talking about those Jets yet.
Dallas Stars, baby.
Honestly, the crazy thing is I could see the Stars making a run. The West is so bad It's just not good. The West is bad. The West is like, you look at the East. You have the the Bruins. They have 112 points. I think they have 111 points. Like they're dominating. Then you have Carolina. They have almost 100 points. You have the Rangers. You have the Hurricanes. Like, you have a stacked East, and in the West you don't have that.
You got the Kraken.
Yeah, a expansion team that's somehow making waves. Like, they have no one on that team too.
Yo, Seattle in baseball starting to make some waves. Who knows? Maybe the refs can throw a little calls their way. Does that happen in hockey too? What can you control in hockey? The umps can control the strike zone. They can squeeze pitchers. We know what the refs do in basketball.
Yeah.
Don't edit this out. But we also see in football. I mean, we'll get there in a second. But what in hockey can you really dictate other than like roughing penalties? I'm not sure. It's pretty much free for all.
For the most part, a ref can just control the pace of the game. Like, if he wants to call a tight game and call just call everything, he can. If he wants to, let it be a loose game where he lets a lot of things go, he can do that too. The games get chippy.
Yeah.
So you can call a lot. Your guy gets slash in the hands. Rough him up against the boards, a little boarding. Like, you can call a lot of plays in hockey. It's how much do you want to call? Do you want a penalty every other minute? Do you want, a couple power plays a game? There's games where there's 4 or 5 penalties, the game just started. And then there's games where there's one call the whole game. So it's really, the ref has that ability to, that's really all he can do though. Like, if there's offsides, it's reviewable now. If there's a goal, only if it's called a goal though. If it's on a scoring play, you can review it. So, like I said, how much can they really control anymore? Like I said, they really just control the pace. Because if they score a goal and they don't call it a goal, you can challenge it.
I don't know if there's other sports, but hockey is like the one sport where you can have more people on one team than the other team on the ice at the same time. Like guy goes to the penalty box, you could have 5 against 4. I don't know if there's any other sport that's like that.
Soccer,
they can do that too?
If you get like a red card, you get that's it, you're down a guy. Like, if you're not good on special teams, generally don't make it far in the playoffs.
Yeah, it
comes down to that.
We appreciate your hockey insider analyst, the Don Chetty himself, Donald Marchetti, joined the party. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we have a lot more to talk about, bottom left guy.
Can you get out my face? I'm on the potty. Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? You know I can't forget to wash my hands.
We're back. Welcome to the party. We are back. Guess what? We have 2 great guests. And guess what, guys? We didn't tell you. This is season 1, season finale. What do you think about that?
I actually love that.
Feel blessed.
You know who's not so blessed? We'll go right to the cup that my man JY got on set tonight. Jordan, unfortunately, you brought the cup on set. Would you mind showing the cup to the potty listeners? And so we have some breaking news, that doesn't stand for my name. It stands for the Green Bay Packers fan base that got annihilated by the recent news from Aaron Rodgers saying that he has intentions. Green Bay didn't do the right things. I can go on and on, but he wants to play in New York, the Big Apple.
Yes, sir.
The New York Jets. Jordan, we know you're a Packers fan. We know it's a sensitive subject. But tell us, as a Packer fan, and then as a football fan, the difference in your thinking right there.
As a Packer fan, I do not blame him. The team has done him dirty ever since they drafted Jordan Love without his acknowledgement. And he held out until the draft. After the draft, and then he said, you know what? I only come back if you give me, just contract guaranteed money. They said, okay. They brought him back. He wanted to draft offense. They didn't draft anybody for him. He had to go out and get an old veteran, Sammy Watkins, who didn't even last the whole season. Yeah. He asked for Randall Cobb back. Cobb came back. He wasn't going to OTAs. He's being spiteful, but he had the power because he was getting that money no matter what.
Right.
So he's been tossed around for the last 3-4 years, and he won you 4 MVPs, 2 back-to-back.
I think he even mentioned if he doesn't get 2 of those back-to-back, I think the whole conversation is different. I think Aaron even said that himself, but now he wants to play in the Big Apple.
And now as a football fan, he's he's trying to have some kind of leverage where he said he went into his retreat 90% retiring, 10% wanting to play.
Mhm.
And then when he heard the news about how he was being treated, when he came out, he said, now I'm going to shove it back to you and I'm going to go play for a young, talented, super defensive, well-rounded
Hungry.
team. Jets. Hungry.
I mean, are the Packers really missing him though? He's about to turn 40. Is he still a top quarterback in the league? I feel like the Packers are gonna want to, rebuild. He's almost at the end of his career, so now they can actually get a quarterback in there and start to rebuild.
Oh, we get that, but he's not retiring a Packer now.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole loyalty, I'm Steph Curry-esque, Jordan-esque mindset that just turned into something different.
So right now, he's either not going to be playing football anymore or he's going to be a New York Jet come this August.
How are the Packers in any position to demand the first?
I know, I agree. But I'm reading what's coming out from the recent articles. They want a first round, and Doug Johnson doesn't want to give them a first round.
Donnie, that's a good point because Aaron always brings up the fact that a lot of what we see has no substance, has no basis of truth in it.
I think Green Bay is looking at it like Aaron Rodgers is disrespecting us. So now we don't want to look weak and get a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick for Rodgers. So we're going to say we're demanding a first. We're demanding this. We're demanding that. Are they going to get it? No chance. That's why Joe Douglas is like, all right, no problem. I'm in no rush to make this deal. Because who really looks stupid if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get moved? Yeah, obviously the Jets are going to look stupid, but now you're just missing out on assets that you want to rebuild with if you're the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And to bring up the point from before, is Aaron Rodgers a top quarterback in the league? I still think he's a very good quarterback. And if you're a team like Green Bay where you're going into a rebuild, is Aaron Rodgers not worth 4 wins for that team? I mean, Green Bay was bad. You don't think Aaron Rodgers gave him 4 wins on his own? Now, that's why I think the Jets are in such a position because they won all those games basically off their defense. And we were winning games with Zach Wilson throwing 80 yards. Mm-hmm. You don't think that team is 4 wins better with Aaron Rodgers?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You put Aaron Rodgers on that team with that defense, you don't think he gives them 4 more wins at least?
He's giving them an 80-yard play first game of the year.
In one play, he's putting up more yards than Zach Wilson did in games that he won.
It's no disrespect to Zach Wilson. Kid's a young kid, man. He can still have a future in the league, but you got a stud Hall of Famer coming in, and Jordan's face says it all. Because Jordan, we feel for you, brother. We don't want you to be upset, but at the same
time, listen. I had my time, and when Green Bay was at their worst, I was still a fan.
Respect.
I don't. You know this. I always tell you that I don't follow players. Right. If I like a player on a team, I'm gonna stick with that team. Not to go off topic, but when Lakers had Mark Madsen and Smush Parker, who's now a Division III ref, I was a Lakers fan. But listen, do I think Jordan Love is the answer? No, because I'm being biased. I love Rodgers, and I never seen. It was like watching Favre go. Yeah, I was a lot younger. I didn't know more.
Yeah.
I've seen Rodgers back up Favre for 3 years, and then now he's leaving this way. It's messed up. Again, I blame the town. I blame Murphy, and all his last interview was everything in the past tense. We gave him what we wanted. He had this. He had that. And Rodgers said, you know what? The ball's been in my court since I've been here. Now I'm gonna go play for somebody else and show you that I can still play. And hopefully the deal gets done. And I wouldn't mind seeing the Jets win. I like the Jets better than the Giants, to be honest. Always did.
So what's a New York guy like yourself doing, liking the Packers as your favorite team? Where is
so as a kid, growing up, it was Reggie White, Hall of Famer, pancake legend, Packer great. I fell in love with Reggie. Reggie left. I still stay with the Packers.
But Jordan, can I give you permission to leave the Packers? Because it sounds to me you came in a players guy. I loved Allen Iverson, but I don't care for
our generation is different.
Wow. What is that supposed to mean?
It means that people my age like teams. They don't follow players.
So you can get enticed by players, but then you're stuck with their franchise in Wisconsin.
That's how I am. I was 8 years old watching Reggie White. I'm gonna change my team at 15 when LeBron comes in the league. No, again, my Lakers point. I wore 34 growing up. I was like Shaq. I was big. I wanted to be Shaq. And the Lakers stunk. I never left the Lakers.
I respect that. I love the fact that I'm a huge LeBron guy, as you may know. But now me and Jordan are on the same team because he's in LA, not even playing, and your boy Austin Reeves is scoring 35 points.
And now he wants $50 million a year.
Hey.
No, I don't. That I don't agree with.
Donnie, was that television bothering you?
I seen it in the corner of my eye, you know? And Bree just said, why'd you shut it off? Like she was watching it.
It was a slideshow of TV shows.
Old show was the time. Like I shut off a favorite show. I shut off the time.
Uh-oh, he's in trouble once this is
I
over.
know.
I saw that look he just gave him.
But
Yes,
last thing, I told Donnie though, Greg, that if Rodgers does go to New York, at least I'll be able to watch him every Sunday.
Fact.
Or Thursday, Monday night. It'll give me something. Don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna outright not watch Green Bay, but if Green Bay's on that 4 and the Jets on that 1, I might not watch Red Zone. I might just watch the Jets to see how Rodgers does in New York. Like hopefully that I want to see him do good because the way he was treated by a team he gave 19 years to.
Like I told you last week, just be a Jet fan this year.
I can't.
You can't.
I'm gonna see how Rodgers
You watch
does.
every Jet game with me, and we can.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
This isn't a season finale. This is an intervention. Jordan, we'll see you at MetLife. We're going to get you a Rodgers Jet jersey.
I'm buying the black one. It's already known.
That jersey's fire.
So let me ask you.
But when I go to a Jet game, I'm wearing the Green Bay one.
Stop.
Oh, come on.
What is that?
This is
You can buy the jersey and not wear it at a Jet game?
Greg, you wore a LeBron throwback Cleveland jersey wearing on St. Patty's Day 4 years ago. And they played the Lakers at the Garden. You remember that?
Can't prove that.
I can't prove that.
Damn, you're gonna let that kid.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa. Whoa. Yo, artificial intelligence is good. How'd you do that so quick? But listen, that's what we're about on the potty. We're about, showing up, seeing people, hearing people, and letting their voice be heard here on the potty, here on the network.
Well, Greg, let them know that we don't run on the potty.
Never.
We're looking to clap back. And JY is a great example of that.
What were you going to say, Jordan?
I like the GOAT Patino coming to New York. I like that.
Yes, I forgot about that.
I like that. He's coming closer to the city. I think he'll attract more inner city kids. He'll get them in. And I think I'm not going to say St. John's is on the map, but I think they're going to start, making some noise, especially with his culture mentality.
You got to give him a few years.
Oh, 100%.
Why?
Give him 3 years to develop the players, develop the program. And then I think that's when they'll take off.
Yeah, but with transfer portal free agency.
And that extra COVID year still is in play.
He can snag a 26-year-old, literally, and a couple freshmen, couple guys who are coming from an SEC school, coming from an ACC guy, he can just.
They could definitely make the tournament. I'm just saying to make a run in the tournament, give him
a couple of years.
Give him a couple of years.
A grace period.
Mm-hmm. Like look what he did with Iona.
I'm happy for St. John's. I am. I just want to bring up, to get back to the first ever Blue Strip Challenge. Jordan, Brian, the odds. I have 10 shots. Yeah.
Special guest.
This has to be a live stream.
Have JY go live on TikTok because I think Greg's gonna fall flat on his ass the first time that he tries to score on you.
Yeah.
I hear fear.
Greg, I think you should do that.
I'm telling you, we could do it in 2 days, and I got fear.
I need that energy, baby.
Let's go. Next question. Whose equipment are you using? You need my skates. You need my skates because he needs all the help he can get.
It's true.
Like that's the thing.
Brian, quote unquote. Craig, can you even skate?
Exactly. That's got to be the headline.
So, Greg, you're not confident right now. You need some practice.
What? Bro, I'll throw 85 right after this.
Stop it.
What do you want to see? Easter came early. He's the bottom right guy now. Well, listen, you heard a lot of great stuff here from both of our guests, and you're going to see top left guy. You're going to see Don Chetty, the Don, in goal on the first ever Blue Strip Challenge, trying to prevent me from scoring one time out of 10 shots. Is it possible for me to stop me?
I mean, you still haven't answered my question. Can you skate?
How about you tune in and find out?
We should rephrase the question instead of
What is it? Rephrase
trying
it.
to stop you. Come find out if you can try and score on me. I could lay down on the floor and I'd give you 10 shots. You probably couldn't score.
You don't think he can get the puck in the air?
No.
I'll be honest with you. I think the first 5 shots, he doesn't get the puck off the ground.
Wow. But hey, guess what, Don? You're the man. Because you're going to be out here. We're on live, all platforms. And if you stop me, you stop me. But should we raise the stakes? I mean, what's on the line for this?
If Greg wins, you have to wear a Giants jersey to every Jets game that you see. Even whether you're at a game, a party. But I don't know. You got to do something for Greg, too.
If you don't score, you got to wear a Snuggie whole season 2 of the party. And we get to pick what Snuggie we'll buy it. We'll buy it for you. You won't know you won't know what kind it is.
That's a deal. You heard it here first. Welcome to the party, everybody. We appreciate your support. Season 1. We have these guys who will join us back. JY Hoops, number 3 all-time in the score. CSI men's basketball history. Bottom right guy tonight, and on the top left, the Don Chetty. In the original Blue Strip Challenge. Yep, you heard it here first. He'll be wearing a Giants jersey for the whole 2024 NFL season. Thanks for joining, fellas. We appreciate it. And we'll see you again, Brian. Season 2 right around the corner. Hey, fellas.
Appreciate y'all, boys.
Yes, sir.
Hey, guess what?
Okay.
Brian. For $1 billion?
Okay.